Part 1. Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all. Author, Ban Wan Ching Buletin Liang. Chapter 1. Hong Kong, Stanley Prison, Cell 105. The prisoners sat together in groups of 3 or 2, chatting and resting. Brother Ching, wake up, your boss Liang Kun has been killed, a sudden voice sounded from Li Qing's ears. Li Qing suddenly stood up, staring at the younger brother who had just spoken without blinking. What's going on? Explain clearly. The younger brother's throat moved up and down, and he swallowed unconsciously. The people around heard the sound and stopped talking. The cell was so quiet that the dripping sound of the faucet could be heard. The news on the road is that he was beaten to death by the police, but the brothers outside said that he was killed by Chen Henan. The younger brother said nervously, and his hands and feet began to tremble involuntarily under Li Qing's gaze. Li Qing gradually calmed down, but the metal bed rails in his hands were slowly deformed. 2 more days to be released from prison, the voice was filled with grief and indignation. Duan, Duan, the sound awakened Li Qing, who was in grief and indignation. Li Qing, Brother Xiong invites you to have tea. It was obvious that this was a new prison guard, because no one in the prison dared to call Li Qing by his name. Brother Xiong? Killer Xiong. Li Qing glanced at the Yudagong who was delivering the message with contempt. He slowly stood up and looked him straight in the eye. It was not until this moment that the prison guard realized that the gangster named Li Qing in front of him had a whole tiger head tattooed all over his chest. Half of it was a vicious and man-eating tiger head, and the other half was a tiger skull. The green eyes on the tiger head stared at him, making him shudder. Brother Qing, Sir Xiong invites you to come over. The voice of the Yidagong police officer suddenly became several decibels lower. Li Qing put on his clothes and pushed open the iron bars directly. No one in Stanley dared to lock him up. When he came to the office, he saw Killer Xiong sitting on the office chair with his feet up as soon as he entered the door. Kingzi, are you here? Sit down. The language was obviously very frivolous. Li Qing raised his eyebrows slightly, looking at the Killer Xiong, who was obviously more arrogant than before. What do you want to talk to me about? He picked up the cigarette on the table without hesitation, lit it and took a deep breath. Seeing Li Qing's arrogant look, the Killer Xiong couldn't help but clench his fists. He couldn't understand why Li Qing was still so arrogant even though Liang Kun was dead. Li Qing didn't say anything, and the iron lighter in his hand slowly deformed in his hand. Li Qing, your boss Liang Kun is dead. I think you should have heard the wind. You know that you have to pay respect to your superiors before you are released from prison. This is the rule. Considering that your boss is dead, take less. 500,000 yuan is a token of respect. Li Qing stared at the Killer Xiong closely. He knew the rules of the prison. A few thousand yuan was a lot for ordinary little brothers, and a 49er like him would not exceed 50,000 yuan at most. It seems that someone wants to mess with him. The Killer Xiong was also very annoyed. If he hadn't received the money from the leader of Hong Xing, he would not have made things difficult for Li Qing. Killer Xiong thought of the 1 million in the suitcase again, and a trace of viciousness flashed in his eyes again. Just hold him for 2 days. Besides, Liang Kun is dead, and Li Qing's biggest backer is gone, so what is there to be afraid of? Killer Xiong, the money will be a penny less. I'm just afraid that you will have the life to take it, but not the life to spend it. Li Qing meant something, and the lighter in his hand had been rubbed into an iron ball by him. Killer Xiong stood up suddenly, walked in front of Li Qing, took out the gun and pressed it against his forehead. You street idiot, you dare to be so arrogant, let me show you whether I have the life to spend it. After saying that, he patted Li Qing's cheek hard. Don't make yourself uncomfortable. Otherwise, I don't mind letting you stay in jail for another 3 years. Someone take him out. Li Qing looked at Killer Xiong deeply, and walked out of the office without saying a word. Killer Xiong could still be heard shouting, you're good at fighting? Faster than my gun? You're a loser, you don't know the situation. Li Qing had a gloomy face and was panting. His clenched fists were turning white at the joints because he was too strong. A bar next to him was slightly away from Li Qing. He was also afraid that the man next to him would beat him up. Back in the cell, a group of Hongxin brothers surrounded him, most of whom were with Liang Kun in the past. Brother Qing, how is it? Li Qing shook his head. He had expected the death of the big boss Liang Kun. He had advised him not to let him fight, but he didn't listen. Spread the word that I want to eat fish, Li Qing whispered in the ear of one of the brothers for a while. In the afternoon, it was time for the prisoners to go out for exercise. The prisoners gathered in groups of 3 or 5. Hey, isn't this the famous tiger of Mongkok Li Qing from Hongxing? I heard that your boss is dead, congratulations. He Liansheng came over to Stanley Red Stick to me with a swaying voice. Li Qing worked hard for 3 years, not only suppressing the killer Xiong, but also suppressing all the gang members in Stanley. What did you say? You think we are Hongxin without anyone? You are out of luck. The younger brothers beside Li Qing stood up one after another. Demi's younger brothers were not to be outdone, and they gathered together to curse. Ah Qing, face the reality. Your boss Liang Kun is dead, and this place is no longer your era. Tomorrow is the day when Chen Henan takes office. You are out of date. Demi's weird tone provoked Li Qing's nerves. You have occupied the cigarette business for so long, you should also hand it over, right? Demi finally showed his true colors. The cigarette business is a big business in Stanley Prison. In this prison, prisoners use cigarettes as currency. It can be said that whoever controls the cigarette business controls most of the discourse power in Stanley Prison. Li Qing smiled angrily. Killer Xiong only has the streak, but they don't know that the death of the boss Liang Kun has no effect on Li Qing. Li Qing threw away the half-smoked cigarette butt in his hand and slowly stood up. When the younger brother saw Li Qing's posture, he shouted, all the people from Hongxin come here. But this time, there were not many people rushing over like usual. Except for Li Qing's younger brother, most of the people from Hongxin crossed their arms to watch the fun. These short mules know how to judge the situation. When you are in power, they support you and have benefits. If your backers are gone, what's the point of supporting you? Off, you are all disloyal. Li Qing's younger brother scolded the indifferent majority of Hongxin gangsters. Li Qing touched the younger brother's head and told him not to say anything more. Demi, you don't think that I, Li Qing, got to the top by relying on my boss, do you? Li Qing walked up to face Demi. Li Qing, you humming. Li Qing punched Demi's temple, and Demi lay straight on the ground without a sound. So much nonsense in a fight. Li Qing looked at Demi lying on the ground and used his little finger to pick his ears. In fact, ordinary dwarfs would not move their temples and back of the head in a fight. In case something went wrong, they would not be able to cover it. But Li Qing had no worries at all. This was only in Stanley. If it was in Mongkok, he would just sink the gasoline barrel to the bottom of the sea. Without Li Qing saying anything, the younger brothers behind him had already rushed to the opposite side, and they started fighting with punches and kicks. Li Qing broke the arms of several dwarfs on the opposite side, and for a while, the younger brothers on the opposite side stood still, and no one dared to step forward. Li Qing was famous for his cruelty and vengeance. With a contemptuous look at the minions opposite, Li Qing squatted down and stretched out his hand to the younger brother behind him. A pair of pliers was handed over by the younger brother. God knows where he just hid the pliers. Holding the pliers, Li Qing pried open the teeth of the unconscious Demi. A shrill scream resounded throughout the playground, and everyone looked at the scene with pale faces. Li Qing took the pliers and pulled out Demi's front teeth little by little. Poor Demi, just woke up in pain, and fainted again. Li Qing stood up, took off his pants, took out the cannon, and urinated onto me. After tidying up his clothes, he looked around. Except for his younger brother, everyone lowered their heads and dared not look at him. "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing here?" Killer Seong's voice came from a distance. "Sir, it's not illegal to urinate anywhere, right?" Li Qing looked at Killer Seong mockingly. "It's you again, Li Qing. If I say it's illegal, then it's illegal. Arrest him and put him in the dark room." Li Qing smiled and looked at Killer Seong calmly. He turned his head and looked at the entries above his brothers' heads. "Not bad, the loyalty value has increased again." Brushing past Killer Seong, "Sir, come home often when you have time. Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all." Author, Ban Wanqing Buletin Liang. Chapter 2. Killer Seong's heart sank when he heard this. He knew that Li Qing could do anything. With evil spirit rising in his heart, he hit Li Qing's back with the rubber baton in his hand. Bang, the baton was blocked by Li Qing's hand. Then Killer Seong felt a strong force and the baton in his hand was taken away by Li Qing. "Sir, take it." Li Qing tied the rubber baton in his hand into a knot and threw it to Killer Seong. "Seong sir," sister-in-law's phone call. A police officer ran to Killer Seong and said in his ear. "Li Qing, you are very good." Killer Seong tapped Li Qing's forehead vigorously and said viciously. Li Qing showed an innocent expression and spread his hands. Killer Seong hurried to answer the phone. Li Qing looked at Killer Seong's figure and spitted with disdain. In the small dark room, Li Qing clenched his fists and kept hitting the iron door, and slight fist marks kept appearing on the door. The whole corridor was filled with the sound of knocking. "Open the door." Killer Seong's voice came from outside the door. Li Qing stopped punching, licked his cracked lips with his tongue, and smiled sinisterly. At the moment the door opened, a hook punch was thrown, hitting Killer Seong's abdomen heavily. Killer Seong fell to his knees, and the severe pain in his abdomen made him unable to make any sound. "Seong sir? Why are you so careless?" Li Qing hugged his arms and looked at Killer Seong who was kneeling in front of him. "What are you doing?" The police behind Killer Seong only dared to shout, but no one dared to step forward. "You get out." Killer Seong recovered and waved his hand. The other police officers were relieved and slowly retreated. "You have to know that this is Li Qing, who is said to have killed dozens of people, but the police had no evidence and had to sentence him to 3 years for injury. What conditions do you want?" He didn't expect that Li Qing would dare to kidnap his wife and children. "I'll be out early tomorrow morning." "I don't think it's a problem for you, right?" Li Qing stepped forward to straighten Killer Seong's collar and smoothed the wrinkles on his clothes on his abdomen. "Okay, release my wife and son right away." The voice came out from between his teeth. Li Qing patted Killer Seong's face hard. "Don't worry, not a hair will be lost." After that, he walked out of the small dark room, leaving Killer Seong alone to vent in the small dark room. Walking into his cell, Li Qing said to the younger brother who came forward, "Spread the word that I will be out of prison early tomorrow morning." The younger brother nodded and hurried out. The next morning, Killer Seong did it. Li Qing looked at the open iron gate. 3 years and 3 years, undercover under the boss Liang Kun for 3 years, and squatted in the kill for 3 years. "Huang's Heshan, I'm cold inside." Li Qing walked out of the prison gate and felt the air of freedom for the first time in 3 years. A large number of younger brothers stood in 2 rows, with Zhang Qiandan leading Ergu and Dahu in front. The 3 brothers Zhang Qiandan were originally from northeast China. They were arrested by the police for smuggling and imprisoned in Stanley for a year. They had just been released a few months ago and had long been Li Qing's loyal brothers. "Boss, I'm sorry." 2 rows of brothers bowed in unison, and the scene was quite shocking. Li Qing changed all his clothes with the help of Zhang Qiandan and others. After changing his clothes, he pulled out a machete from Zhang Qiandan's waist. Li Qing said to all the brothers, "It's useless to talk nonsense, let others mourn too." After that, he took his brothers into the car, and more than a dozen cars set off together and rushed to the Hongxing headquarters. In the car, Li Qing knocked on the car window. 6 years ago, he traveled through time and space to join the police academy, and Huang Zhixin sent him undercover. 3 years ago, his grandfather was seriously ill and hospitalized, and he went to Huang Zhixin for help, but Huang Zhixin was indifferent. In the end, it was Liang Kun who helped him and gave him a sum of money. Although he didn't save his grandfather, he also let his grandfather pass away without pain. From then on, he knew Huang Zhixin's true face and began his real life as a gangster. 1,000 years of gratitude. I want to repay Brother Kun's kindness, Li Qing said secretly in his heart. Brother Qing, there is movement, the dump truck in front is going in the opposite direction, Zhang Qiandan said when he saw the oncoming dump truck in front. Li Qing had long expected that someone would not let him return to the headquarters so smoothly. Prepare to abandon the car, Li Qing was very decisive, there was no hiding from the dump truck. Li Qing and Zhang Qiandan opened the car door and jumped out. Fortunately, there was a green belt and some grass on the side of the road, so neither of them was injured. But the little brother behind was not so lucky. With a boom, the dump truck overturned several cars. Finally, it hit the railing and stopped, but the dump truck driver kept starting the engine and trying to start the vehicle. Li Qing winked, and Zhang Qiandan opened the car door with ergu and ahua. Pulling the sweaty driver out of the car, Li Qing said nothing, but made a throat-cutting gesture. "Spare my life." The dagger in Zhang Qiandan's hand instantly stabbed into the driver's neck. The sound stopped abruptly, leaving only the gurgling sound of blood bubbles. "Let's go," Li Qing and others got on the car behind, leaving some people to take care of the injured younger brother. "Brother," Li Qing was about to get on the car when Zhang Qiandan grabbed his arm. Li Qing then realized that some short mules had suddenly appeared from the street, with red cloth wrapped around their arms. "Heh, they want me to die on the road." Li Qing took out a cigarette from his pocket, and Zhang Qiandan next to him quickly lit it. Li Qing is in front. "Kill him for 500,000. Li Qing looked at the four-eyed fat boy who was shouting in the distance with amusement. That was Chen Hanan's little brother Bao Pai. Zhang Qiandan and other little brothers went up with knives without waiting for Li Qing to call. People who have been soldiers are different. They use all killing skills. In just a few minutes, they have killed more than a dozen people on the opposite side. Bao Pai saw that there were fewer and fewer people on his side, and he also had the idea of retreating. This action was decided by him privately. He thought that even if the mud truck could not kill Li Qing, it would at least injure him. Unexpectedly, Li Qing was unscathed. Today is the day when his boss Chen Hanan takes office. He can't let Li Qing pass by no matter what. Bao Pai's fat face twitched, and he took out a gun from his arms and shot at Li Qing. Li Qing's eyes condensed, and he dodged. The bullet passed by and hit the car door. Bao Pai wanted to shoot again, but he had no chance. Li Qing swung the knife in his hand and cut his hand directly. "Brother, are you okay?" Zhang Qiandan hurried forward. Li Qing shook his head. "Hurry up and solve it. Gunshots have been heard. The police are coming." Zhang Qiandan walked forward with a grim smile, looking at Bao Pai kneeling on the ground, and stabbed the dagger in his hand into Bao Pai's heart little by little. "Pujazi, the next one is your boss." Seeing that Bao Pai had no movement, Li Qing walked forward, took off his glasses and put them in his pocket. Zhang Qiandan licked the blood stains left on the dagger pervertedly, his face full of enjoyment. "What if he has an infectious disease?" Li Qing looked at Zhang Qiandan's actions, with a disgusted expression on his face. Bah. No way." Brother Zhang Qiandan vomited a few times. Li Qing shook his head helplessly and got in the car. At the Hongxing headquarters, Jiang Tiansheng looked at the handsome and strong Chen Henan and patted his shoulder with relief. I can come back this time because of Henan. Today he will be inaugurated as our Hongxing Red Stick. Let's vote by raising our hands. Except for the deceased Liang Kun, all the 12 Hongxing gangs raised their hands. Jiang Tiansheng nodded with satisfaction. Yao, hold an inauguration ceremony for Henan later, and hand over the venues in Causeway Bay and Mongkok. At this time, 13th sister hesitated. Mr. Jiang, the venue in Mongkok has always belonged to Liang Kun. Even if Liang Kun is dead, there is still his head horse Li Cheng. This is not appropriate. Jiang Tiansheng smiled gently. Li Cheng hasn't been released from prison yet. It's not too late to return it to him after he is released from prison, and let Henan manage it temporarily. Bang, the door was opened all of a sudden, and a group of younger brothers surrounded Li Cheng and walked in. Li Cheng stood in front of the table, looking at Jiang Tiansheng with a look of astonishment. Mr. Jiang, long time no see. I, Li Cheng, am out. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all. Author, Ban Wanqing Buletin Liang. Chapter 3. A surprised expression flashed across Jiang Tiansheng's face. Kingzi, long time no see. Aren't you going to be released from prison tomorrow? Jiang Tiansheng's words obviously had something to say. Thank you, Mr. Jiang. You actually care about a jerk like me. I didn't expect you to be so thoughtful. Knowing that I will be released from prison tomorrow, Henan took over, so I came to congratulate you a day earlier. Li Cheng looked at Jiang Tiansheng with a fake smile. Turning his head, he looked at Chen Henan, who was wearing a new suit with an old man's hairstyle. You look quite energetic, Henan. Li Cheng, who do you think you are? You brought these little brothers into the Juyi Hall to show off your horses. Chen Henan stepped forward and pushed Li Cheng. Li Cheng didn't say anything, but stared at Chen Henan. Li Cheng, you jerk. How dare you speak loudly in front of Mr. Jiang? Do you have the right to speak here? Chen Yao slapped the table, stood up and pointed at Li Cheng's nose. Brother Yao, don't be so angry. If you can't do it, go to Sister May's place to cool down first, Li Cheng teased, knocking off Chen Yao's finger without any hesitation. Kingzi, sit down and have a good chat. Brother Ji smiled and tried to smooth things over. Brother Ji, if I come later, my boss's place will be named Chen. Li Cheng unbuttoned a few buttons of his suit and sat carelessly in the position where Liang Kun used to be. In fact, Jiang Tiansheng's goal was to hand over Liang Kun's place to Chen Henan before Li Cheng came. This move of cutting off the source of the fire was obviously to eat up Li Cheng and other Liang Kun's younger brothers. The Tiger of Mongkok has no place in the underworld without Mongkok. Li Cheng slapped the table vigorously. My boss just died, you don't talk about revenge, but also want to give him a job? Are you worthy of the hangman oath? Kingzi, your boss Liang Kun died at the hands of the police. We who make money in the side business have been relying on fate since ancient times. This is your boss's bad luck. Now that Boss B and Liang Kun are gone, our hall can't be empty. Jiang Tiansheng sat down, not anxious or slow, with an attitude of I am considering everything for the society. Mr. Jiang, I have been in the kill for the society for 3 years. Do you think I should give him a job? Li Cheng smiled and unbuttoned the first few buttons of his shirt. Li Cheng, today is the day for my boss to give him a job. I warn you not to make trouble at this time. Shanji couldn't help but speak. Li Cheng glanced at Shanji and waved to the back. Crack, one of Shanji's arms was broken stiffly by Jiang Qiandan from behind. Humph, Shanji was also tough, just snorted. Li Cheng, I'm so cold. Chen Henan was also anxious when he saw his younger brother being beaten. He kicked Li Cheng, but Li Cheng didn't tolerate him. He dodged and grabbed Chen Hanan's neck and slammed him on the table. A loud noise scared the hall masters present. They had not seen such a fierce scene for a long time. Chen Hanan's nose was broken and he lay on the table with blood on his face. Blood kept flowing from his long hair. Enough, Li Cheng. You've gone too far. Jiang Tiansheng finally couldn't keep his calm expression. Mr. Jiang, cause Wei Bei was the former boss B, I won't say anything. Mongkok? Haha, to be the leader, you must be fair and just, otherwise the younger brothers below will not accept it. Li Qing wiped the blood on his hands on Chen Hanan's brand new suit and smiled at Jiang Tiansheng. All the hall masters were thinking about something, and no one spoke. During this period, Jiang Tiansheng's favor towards Chen Hanan and others was obvious to all. Not to mention that Chen Hanan had never worked for the society. As for his seduction of the second sister-in-law, he did not meet the conditions for the position. Jiang Tiansheng looked at the expressions of the hall masters and knew that Chen Hanan's position today was a failure. He could only wait for the right time. Li Qing also saw this point. Everyone, continue the meeting. I'm leaving first. Brother Ji, if you have time, come to Mongkok to play with me. I'll invite you to the sister's place. I heard that there are good things in Bolan Street. Li Qing talked to Brother Ji and said hello to several other familiar hall masters. Before leaving, he threw the foreskin glasses on Chen Hanan, who was covering his nose, and tore up Chen Hanan's new suit. What class, wearing the same brand of suit as me. He squatted down and patted Shanji's face, saying, Taiwan Triad Gang? Viper Hall? Haha, this is Humming, Hong Kong. The younger brothers brought by Li Qing all laughed. Arrogant, not only Li Qing is arrogant, but his younger brothers are also extremely arrogant. The whole Juyi Hall was very quiet, no one spoke. This time Chen Hanan lost all his face and money. With his foreskin in his hand, Chen Hanan's eyes were fierce and could eat people. Hanan, hey, I'll help you with the next opportunity. Let's go to the hospital first. Jiang Tiansheng sighed and patted Chen Hanan's shoulder gently. The two brothers Chen Hanan and Shanji supported each other and walked out of the Juyi Hall in embarrassment. Brother Nan, leave it to me. I want to make Li Qing live a life worse than death, Shanji said in a low voice while enduring the pain. Chen Hanan hugged Shanji's shoulders hard. Li Qing walked out of the headquarters and looked up at the sky. A hint of haze flashed across. Let's go and take our boss home. The younger brothers behind him responded at the same time, attracting the attention of passers-by. Liang Kun's body was still in the morgue, and no one in the society came to collect his body. Li Qing stood in front of Liang Kun's body, looking at his face, which was already covered with a thin layer of frost. There was a bullet hole in the middle of his forehead, and his face was still filled with shock. Brother Kun, please walk slowly. I will ask them to go down and accompany you. Li Qing took the silk scarf and carefully wiped the frost on the corpse's eyebrows. 1,000-year record of receiving kindness from others. You all remember that we can be ruthless when trying to take advantage of others, but we must know how to repay kindness. Yes, all the younger brothers behind him looked at Li Qing excitedly. In this world, such a big boss is a rare animal. At least if you follow him, you won't worry about being stabbed in the back. Li Qing smiled as he saw the loyalty displayed on the heads of all the younger brothers rising again. Now he has no half-hearted little brother, no undercover little brother, and some have already been buried by him. Then Li Qing took Liang Kun's body back to Mongkok and set up a mourning hall for him regardless of the public's eyes. People from Hongxian 12 halls, Dongxian people, He 2, He Lian Shen, Xingn. All the famous triad organizations on the road sent people to worship. To be honest, Liangkan doesn't have to deal with Big Brother B. He is good to our brothers and gives us many opportunities to make money. Brother G stood in the middle of the crowd with a big mouth, promoting Liangkan's deeds. In fact, if Liangkan hadn't moved the Zhang family's position, he wouldn't have died. This is something that all Hongxing Hall masters know, but he is too greedy. Yes, yes, a crowd of people echoed. Li Qing watched all this with amusement. Yesterday, no one collected the body of his boss in the morgue, and now there are so many people bragging about his deeds. This world is such a reality. After all, these people are not here for Liancan, but for him, the Tiger of Mongkok. Everyone in Hong Kong knows that he is the most capable beater in Hongxing. There are many societies that want him to pass. Even if he speaks rudely to Zhang Tiansheng, Hongxing will not let this little thing chill his heart. Kingzi, my condolences. 13th sister walked up to Li Qing and handed him a cigarette. 13th sister's Bolan Street is the closest to Mongkok, but she has all the grooms working for her. Standing on the street is okay, but Pio is a scumbag. In the past few years, it was all thanks to Li Qing's help that she was not overthrown by other societies, so she has always been very grateful to Li Qing. Thank you, sister. The boss is from my hometown. He was mean and greedy when he was alive, but he was kind to me. If the boss hadn't given me food to eat, I would have starved to death. Li Qing flicked the ashes of his cigarette and laughed at himself. Smile. In order to make Li Qing's acting realistic, Huang Zhishan almost starved Li Qing to death. Brother, the note is here. Zhang Qiandan hurried over. Li Qing narrowed his eyes and nodded. Li Qing, you are suspected of escaping from prison. Now you are arrested and brought to justice. A police officer took out the arrest warrant and showed his police officer ID card. Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all. Author, Ban Wanqing Buletin Liang. Chapter 4. You can arrest me until my boss is buried. Li Qing waved his hand to disperse the younger brother who came over. Okay, I won't embarrass you, and I hope you won't embarrass me either. The police officer led a group of police officers to stand on the side of the street, staring at the movements here. Until the auspicious time in the afternoon, many leaders of the community came to pay Liancan's funeral. Li Qing sprinkled a handful of soil on the coffin, patted the coffin vigorously, and whispered, "Boss, please go slowly. Let Killer Hero accompany my boss," Li Qing said next to Zhang Qiandan's ear. Zhang Qiandan nodded, "Brother, don't worry. Sir, let's go. Go to O's office or the crime unit." "Is it Stanley?" Li Qing looked at the police officer and teased. "I am Senior Inspector Fang Kiwei of the crime unit. We suspect that you are suspected of escaping from prison and are related to a murder case. Please cooperate with our investigation." Fang Kiwei directly showed his police officer ID. Not long after, Li Qing came to the familiar interrogation room. "We haven't been here for 3 years, and your crime team is still so stingy. It's just coffee every time. Isn't there, Tai Guanyin?" Li Qing sat on the interrogation chair and shook the paper cup at the camera. The door of the interrogation room was opened, and it was Li Qing's old acquaintance Huang Zhishan who came in. Li Qing's eyes shrank, the paper cup in his hand was instantly crushed into a ball, and the anger in his eyes began to boil. This is the man in front of me. He just traveled through time 6 years ago. Because he said, he has tattoos, I suspect he is an undercover triad agent. Li Qingke was kicked out of the police force in despair. But I'm also very grateful to him. If he hadn't asked Li Qing to go undercover, Li Qing might never have discovered the function of the tiger head tattoo. The tiger head tattoo has appeared on Li Qing's body since he traveled through time. It wasn't until he hacked a friend for the first time that he discovered its function. It turns out that he can absorb the essence of dying people and feed it back to the host's body. The more violent the person who is killed, the more energy he will feed back. This is also the reason why Li Qing's physical fitness is so strong. Now Li Qing's physical strength is already 5 times that of ordinary people. His physical strength stagnated until 3 years ago and has shown no improvement until now. "Sir Huang, we're here again. I want you to die so much." Li Qing's face was calm, but the viciousness in his eyes was heart-stopping. Huang Zhishan casually turned off the camera and used the remote control to turn off the monitor. Boom! Huang Zhishan punched Li Qing hard on the arm. Li Qing had no reaction and smiled contemptuously. Now even if Huang Zhishan is allowed to fight from morning to night, Li Qing will not be injured at all. What are you doing? I asked you to go undercover, not to be a real dwarf mule. Huang Zhishan secretly turned his hand away, and secretly stroked his trembling right hand with his left hand. 3 years later, and another 3 years. Sir Huang, what do you think I'm going to do? Li Qing glanced sideways at Huang Zhishan, looking like a hungry lone wolf. When I get promoted, you can come back. And I will give you a star directly. Huang Zhishan lowered his tone, showed a stiff smile, and comforted Li Qing. However, both Huang Zhishan and Li Qing knew that the path of undercover was a point of no return. Even if the mission was completed, the police force would not be able to trust those who had been undercover. After that, it's either the miscellaneous department or the civil service. Anyway, don't expect to touch a gun. This time, as long as you find Hungxing's flower transfer warehouse, I will definitely be promoted. Huang Zhishan is still drawing cakes for Li Qing. Li Qing smiled contemptuously in his heart. He had seen through this person since his grandfather passed away 3 years ago. A mean and ungrateful person, the ultimate egoist, willing to sacrifice everything that can be sacrificed for himself. Okay, wait for my news, Li Qing said with a smile. Huang Zhishan smiled, thinking that he had figured out Li Qing. Hey, Li Qing Liang showed the handcuffs in his hands. Puja, you escaped from jail, you'd better wait for a lawyer. Huang Zhishan rubbed his wrist and mocked. Li Qing didn't care in his heart and had already sentenced him to death. Not long after, the lawyer hired by the younger brother released Li Qing on bail. They dared to accuse people of escaping from prison just because they were released from prison 1 day early. I'm afraid these people have never received letters of complaint from lawyers. As for the murder, a younger brother had already taken the blame. Li Qing left the police station and got into Zhang Qiandan's car. The direction of the car was the famous Dongshan in Xiangjiang. After getting out of the car, I saw Killer Hero's family kneeling neatly next to the big pit. Brother Xiang, you look good. You're not trustworthy, and you bite me back. Li Qing lit the cigarette handed over by his younger brother. Maid, Li Qing, you said you wouldn't touch my family. The killer struggled hard, and the rope that bound him was so tight that his neck turned red. Li Qing glanced at the woman next to Killer Hero in surprise. Well, he didn't do anything excessive. Brother, his wife is pretty good, can she leave it to me? Dehu smiled naively, I'm so old and I haven't married yet. Go away, you're talking like me. Li Qing kicked Dehu. Big brother, I also want to marry a wife. Ergu raised his hand. Zhang Qiandan also shrank his head and did not dare to speak. I'll go to my sister's place later. I'm treating you. Li Qing was also speechless towards these younger brothers. The younger brothers cheered at the same time. Big brother is still the same big brother, so generous. Hey, brother Xiang, it seems that we can't get over our differences. Li Qing kicked Killer Hero into the dug hole. Only then did Killer Hero realize that Li Qing really wanted to kill him. Brother Qing, let me go. Killing a policeman is a serious crime. The killer Xiang in the pit tried his best to stand up. Stanley, you have the final say from now on. All the business is handed over to you. Li Qing waved his hand, and the younger brothers began to fill the soil. Brother Qing, please don't, spare me. I will follow your lead from now on. Killer Xiang shouted desperately. Well, Brother Xiang is very good. Don't come in the next life. 10 minutes later, the younger brothers used shovels to compact the soil. Brother Qing, it's done. Ergu walked to the front of the car and reported with his head down. Li Qing looked at Ergu's shy look. If you have something to say, say it, Don't make a woman sound like a woman. That, big brother, you see I want to call 3 little sisters. Get lost. Li Qing was black and signaled his younger brother to drive. If it doesn't work, 2 will do. The car drove out, and Ergu could still be heard chasing the car and shouting after dozens of meters. If he hadn't seen the entry above Ergu's head showing 100% loyalty, he would have wanted to chop Ergu's kidneys. Speaking of entries, this is the second function of the tiger head tattoo. All women and brothers who belong to Li Qing will have an entry on their heads, but unfortunately it only shows loyalty. It is also with this function that Li Qing can select available brothers. Li Qing glanced at the brother driving the car, his eyes fixed, loyalty value -100%. What's your name, brother? Haven't seen it before, Li Qing asked calmly. Hello, brother Cheng. I used to be with brother Kun, my name is Chen Yongren, the brother in front answered while driving the car, his hands tightly grasping the steering wheel, the joints were white. Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all. Author, Ban Wanqing Buletin Liang. Chapter 5. Li Qing's eyes suddenly showed a terrifying fierce light. You are really looking for death by sticking a nail next to me, Huang's Heishan. Chen Yongren? Not bad, I remember it, do a good job. Li Qing smiled with his white teeth, and tapped the car window lightly with his fingers. Thank you for your appreciation, brother Qing, Chen Yongren hurriedly thanked Li Qing. The Mercedes-Benz was speeding on the road, and passing vehicles avoided it. Only a conspicuous red MR2 came from behind and overtook Li Qing's team in an instant. Brother, the Toyota MR2 in front seems to be Chen Hanan's car. Zhang Qiandan, who was sitting in the co-pilot, turned his head and said to Li Qing, who was in deep thought. It seems that Chen Hanan has made a lot of money after taking over Big Brother B's Causeway Bay, and he dared to drive out such a flashy car. Chase him and stop him. I said I will beat him every time I see him, Li Qing took a puff of cigarette and instructed. Chen Yongren heard this, glanced at the rearview mirror, and immediately accelerated. The Mercedes-Benz commercial vehicle is really amazing, not to mention that it has been modified. Finally, at a corner, the Mercedes-Benz commercial vehicle forced the red MR2 to stop. Li Qing got out of the car with his younger brother, and the younger brother was about to open the door of the MR2. Unexpectedly, the door opened by itself, and a little girl in a cool leather jacket got out of the car. Yan Jiachen, you want to die? Get away. Don't damage my car. The little girl got out of the car and looked at the bumper of the front of the car. Li Qing's eyes narrowed, and he immediately knew who was coming. Do you know who my big brother is? The little girl put her hands on her waist and shouted at Li Qing and others. At this time, the convoy behind also hurried over, bang bang bang. A sound of opening and closing the car doors. Brother Qing, the younger brothers surrounded a circle and shouted together. The little girl's face was pale and her legs were shaking, but she still insisted, my big brother is Fi Hung from TSZ Wanshan. He has 30,000 little brothers under him. You can't scare me. Hey, stop stuttering. Li Qing walked forward and pinched Zixilai's cheek and said. Zixilai struggled, but still couldn't do anything to Li Qing. What's the origin of Fi Hung from TSZ Wanshan? After 3 years of detention, all kinds of monsters and ghosts came out. Li Qing turned around and asked. Brother Qing, he is a country bumpkin from TSZ Wanshan. He led a group of people to do some petty thefts, which are not up to the public. The well-informed little brother hurriedly walked forward and whispered in Li Qing's ear. Li Qing understood it as soon as he heard it. The little minions under the Sunset Society were not even 49, but just a blue lantern. You drive, let's go meet your big brother. Li Qing smiled evilly and pushed Zixilai into the car. After saying that, he also opened the car door and sat in the co-pilot. Zixilai knew that she had made a big mistake. Although she didn't know which boss the man in front of her was, he must be more powerful than her boss. She didn't dare to refuse, so she could only drive to Tzz Wanshan. Li Qing looked at Zixili with admiration. She was really good looking. Big, big, big boss, can you let me go? Zixili pretended to be pitiful. I can let you go, but Chen Henan may not let you go. Zixili was stunned when she heard that. She had also heard of Chen Henan. The famous thug in Hongxin was called Handsome Nan. Especially after the death of Big Boss B, Handsome Nan's reputation rose rapidly. Even Big Boss Fi Hung admired Chen Henan. You, don't scare me. What does it have to do with Chen Henan? Zixili looked puzzled. Li Qing pulled the seat back and put his feet on the passenger seat. This car belongs to Chen Henan, do you think it matters? Zixili was horrified when he heard this and subconsciously braked. What are you doing? Li Qing covered his forehead and looked at Zixili fiercely. Brother, save me. Please. Zixili's stuttering was gone again. The younger brother behind saw that the MR2 in front slowed down and quickly accelerated. Brother Qing, what's wrong? Li Qing waved his hand to show that he was fine, turned his head and looked at Zixili. Drive well, or I'll kill you. Zixili pouted aggrievedly, Can I just kill you? Damn, it's true that they are children of the rivers and lakes, not particular about trivial matters. Li Qing muttered in his heart. Before he could speak, a bright business car suddenly jumped out from the side, and the car window suddenly opened. Damn it, little gangster. How dare you steal Brother Nan's car? The person sitting in the passenger seat of the commercial vehicle cursed. Li Qing looked through the car window. Oh, Chen Henan's little brother De Tian'er. Turn ahead and go to Fei Mountain, Li Qing instructed Zixili. Zixili didn't dare to speak, so he could only concentrate on driving. Behind him followed Li Qing's little brother and De Tian'er's little brother. Not long after, MR2 stopped at the foot of Fei Mountain. Li Qing got out of the car and looked at the sky that was getting dark. Since he couldn't kill Chen Henan now, he would cut off his left and right arms first. Little gangster, you are so brave, you dared to steal Brother Nan's car. De Tian'er shouted with a machete and strode towards the side. Huh? Li Qing? It turned out to be you, get out of here without caring about your business. De Tian'er saw with his own eyes that Li Qing destroyed his bosses Chen Henan and Shanji. Li Qing looked at De Tian'er helplessly. What kind of people are Chen Henan's subordinates? None of them have brains. She's my girlfriend, do you think it's my business? He hugged Zixili, and saw that she was indeed attractive. I knew it. De Tian'er's eyes wandered around, and he began to look for an escape route. His left hand behind him also signaled his younger brother to drive away. Unfortunately, it was too late, and Li Qing's younger brother had surrounded them. De Tian'er looked around, and saw that Li Qing's younger brothers were standing all around. His heart couldn't help but shrink, his face turned pale, and he swallowed his saliva involuntarily. Li Qing, I admit defeat this time. You can beat me or punish me as you like. Let my younger brother go. Although his brain was not working well, De Tian'er was still very loyal. If you are a gangster, you must admit your mistakes and stand at attention when you are beaten. Li Qing slowly walked towards De Tian'er. The younger brothers behind De Tian'er couldn't help but retreat. De Tian'er tightened the knife in his hand, looking at Li Qing, who was getting closer and closer. Since he couldn't run away, he would fight. This time, I will help Brother Nan to avenge and get rid of this disaster. Having often chopped off friends, De Tian'er naturally knew where to cut to kill them. He raised the knife in his hand and rushed towards Li Qing's throat at lightning speed. The blade was getting closer and closer to Li Qing's throat, and Zixili beside him showed a horrified expression. Shoo! The sound of cutting leather rang out. Ah! De Tian'er couldn't help but shout out, his forearm had been cut off by Zhang Qiandan. Send them to see Big Brother B. Yes, Big Brother. Zixi was hugged by Li Qing and looked at Li Qing carefully. Hey, you said your girlfriend, you can't go back on your word. Watch the whole process, if nothing happens, you will be my girlfriend. Li Qing pointed at Zhang Qiandan and other younger brothers who were working and said. De Tian'er and a group of younger brothers were tied to the MR2 with wire by Zhang Qiandan and others. Zhang Qiandan started the car and stuck the iron rod on the accelerator. MR2 broke through the guardrail like an arrow and fell into the sea. Hey, I am your girlfriend now, right? Zixi looked pale, and it was obvious that those names scared her. Li Qing glanced at her and patted Zixi's perky butt. Internship period, let's see how you perform tonight. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all. Author, Ban Wanqing Buletin Liang. Chapter 6. Late at night, Li Qing took out a cigarette, lit it, and took a deep breath. The Zixi next to him could no longer bear the whipping and fell asleep exhausted. Li Qing unconsciously stroked her smooth back. Only in this way could he remind himself that this was a real world and the people around him were not NPCs. It had been a while since he was released from prison, and it was time to make some money. After all, these brothers had to eat and feed themselves every day, and the expenses were not enough just by the land fees in Mongkok. After smoking a cigarette, Li Qing hugged the woman next to him and fell asleep. The next day, early in the morning, Li Qing gathered Zhang Qiandan and several other brothers who could be used. Qiandan, I plan to open up a smuggling route, specializing in smuggling luxury cars. In fact, flour is the most profitable for the society, but the rule set by Li Qing is that neither he nor his brothers can touch flour. Everyone knows that if you touch flour, there is no bottom line. So none of Li Qing's men dared to touch flour. This also led to Li Qing's bar income not being as high as others, so he had to find another way to make money. Brother, do you want to go through the Korean Kinmen group? Zhang Qiandan guessed. Li Qing nodded. They had not been idle in prison in the past few years and met many friends from other countries. Among them was Ding Qing from the Korean Kinmen group. Ding Qing was a Korean Chinese and had been responsible for smuggling cars in the Kinmen group. This time, Li Qing wanted to use his relationship to get a smuggling route. As long as this plan succeeded, money would not be a problem. You will go to Korea with me tomorrow. I have already contacted Ding Qing, Li Qing said calmly. As for Dahu and Ergo, you two should take care of the house. I'm not at home, so don't make trouble. Li Qing looked at Dahu and the others and said. No, brother, don't worry. We will never leave Mongkok except to have fun at my sister's place. The two patted their chests and promised. These two perverts never forget such things. By the way, protect your little sister-in-law. Li Qing also didn't forget Zixi. Poor Zixi is still not awake. Indeed, no one can bear the thickness of a baby's arm. It's a pity that the entry on Zixi's head has only reached loyalty value 90%. Li Qing has always been vigorous and resolute in his decisions. In the afternoon, he took Zhang Qiandan on a plane to South Korea. 4 hours later, the two arrived in South Korea. As soon as he left the airport, he saw Ding Qing wearing a suit with a floral shirt inside, which was a weird outfit. Hi, Bor. A11, Li Qing, Ding Qing swaggered, and his younger brothers in black suits stood behind him. The Koreans on the side avoided him one after another, looking afraid. Li Qing smiled and shook his head. It was too ostentatious. Ding Qing. The two came forward and hugged each other tightly. Brother, I'm glad you came. I have arranged everything for you. Don't worry, you just need to eat, drink and have fun, Ding Qing said excitedly while hugging Li Qing. Ding Qing has always been grateful to Li Qing. He was sent to Hong Kong by the company, had no relatives, and was thrown into Stanley Prison. If it weren't for Li Qing's help, he would have been disabled. Don't worry about the line problem. This is my brother Zhang Lizikin. He has already taken care of it. Don't worry. Li Qing looked at Lizikin, who was standing respectfully beside him. Lizikin felt that he was seen through. His body shivered unconsciously, and his Adam's apple moved up and down. Hello, brother Li Qing, Lizikin said in half-baked Chinese. Zikin, hello. Follow your big brother and work hard. Your big brother is my brother. Li Qing patted Lizikin on the shoulder. Lizikin seemed to be shocked by something and dared not move. Li Qing, let's go. I'll take you to have some fun. Ding Qing hugged Li Qing and got into the Mercedes-Benz. The group came to the hotel, and Ding Qing basically introduced his direct line to Li Qing, and also made Li Qing realize that the Korean Triad organization does have its merits. In today's society, loyalty alone is not enough, and the ultimate goal is profit. After dinner, Ding Qing took Li Qing to the bar he opened. Brother, our guys are here. Before entering the door, Zhang Qiandan stuffed a black star into Li Qing's hand. This is also Li Qing's usual style, never leaving his life in the hands of others. Li Qing took the gun calmly and pinned it on his waist. Li Qing, see, this is my nightclub. Do you know how much profit a day is? 80 million won, Ding Qing said secretly. Li Qing narrowed his eyes when he heard this. When he came in, he saw someone secretly selling small red pills. So it's not surprising that the profit is so high in a day. But after all, it's Ding Qing's own business, and he can't intervene. Papa. Ding Qing clapped his hands, and a dozen girls with long legs, short skirts, and stockings walked in. It has to be said that there are only three kinds of people whose vision is the most reliable in the world: the vision of the Korean chaebol, the vision of the coconut tree group, and the vision of the Shaanxi coal boss. Among them, the vision of the Korean chaebol ranks first. Brother, didn't you always talk about Korean girl groups in Stanley? These are all top girl groups, not bad, right? Ding Qing said proudly. When in Stanley, Li Qing asked Ding Qing about the situation of Korean girl groups out of curiosity, but he didn't expect that he actually remembered it in his mind. Li Qing looked carefully and found that there were indeed a few familiar ones, and he randomly pointed out a few. In fact, in South Korea, the status of female artists is very low, and they have to use this method to obtain company resources, which is also the reason why the suicide rate of Korean artists is high. Zhang Qiandan kept a straight face and sat next to Li Qing, as if protecting him. Brother Zhang, don't worry. This is my territory. If something goes wrong, I'll cut off my head and give it to you, he said, and pushed a female star into Zhang Qiandan's arms. Li Qing smiled. Qiandan, relax, don't worry about me. In terms of combat effectiveness, Li Qing is probably the strongest in this room. Zhang Qiandan didn't restrain himself after hearing this, and let go of drinking and flirting. At first, Li Qing was still a little interested in the little star next to him, but looking at the skillful movements of this little girl, it was obviously not once or twice. She is definitely a person who has a little red lips tasted by thousands of people and a pair of jade arms pillowed by thousands of people. For a while, he was also uninterested. Suddenly, he felt a little bloated after drinking, so he got up and went to the toilet. Pushing open the door of the private room, the noisy music outside made Li Qing a little uncomfortable. Just as he walked to the toilet, a female scream came from the women's toilet next to him. Li Qing didn't intend to meddle in other people's business, but his damn curiosity made him take another look. He saw a sexy woman in a stepmother's skirt being harassed by a yellow-haired gangster, who seemed to be shouting for help. Li Qing took a look and ignored it and continued to walk towards the men's toilet. Help! Li Qing stopped when he heard it, because the woman was shouting in Chinese. The gangster saw Li Qing stop and thought he was going to meddle in other people's business, so he let go of the woman and walked towards Li Qing, cursing as he walked. Li Qing took out the black star from his waist and stuffed the barrel of the gun directly into the gangster's mouth. "If you curse again, I'll kill you." Although the gangster didn't speak Chinese, he knew from his eyes that if he kept talking, the man opposite would really shoot. The woman in the toilet was also surprised to see the scene and shouted half of "ah." The other half was glared back by Li Qing. Li Qing pulled out his gun, raised the butt and smashed it hard into the gangster's mouth. After a few minutes, Li Qing stopped. The opponent's teeth were all broken and the gangster fainted from the pain. Li Qing raised his gun and motioned the woman to come over. He always felt that the woman looked familiar. "I know you know Chinese. What's your name?" The woman walked forward tremblingly. "I can give you money, please don't hurt me, my name is Mao Xianmin." Li Qing was stunned for a moment. Isn't this the world of Hong Kong movies? Why did the Korean drama The Youngest Son of the Chaebol Family come in? Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all. Author, Ban Wanqing Buletin Liang. Chapter 7. Li Qing was about to ask something else, but the sound of gunfire outside the toilet door made him alert. He quickly pulled Mao Xianmin into the cubicle of the women's toilet. The gunfire outside the door kept banging, and Li Qing smacked his lips. It seemed that they were looking for Ding Qing. At this time, Ding Qing and others in the private room were not as comfortable as before. Zhang Qiandan was worried about Li Qing's safety, but a group of people were blocked in the private room and couldn't get out. It was already a mess outside. Fortunately, those who came to seek revenge did not kill innocent people indiscriminately, and even shot at the ceiling. "Zikan, you take people out." Ding Qing didn't have time to think about a lot now. The most important thing now was to escape. Zhang Zikan heard this and rushed out with his little brother immediately. Li Qing heard the gunfire outside again, which was much more intense than before. It should be Ding Qing fighting back. After relaxing his mind, he had time to pay attention to this legendary sister-in-law. The stepmother's skirt made of flesh-colored wool highlights her figure to the fullest, and the big parts are definitely not ambiguous. Mao Xianmin is now like a frightened little rabbit, nervously listening to the gunshots outside. Li Qing looked at her cute appearance and couldn't help but smell her slender white neck. Chanel. Mao Xianmin also felt the heat on her neck, and her face was flushed by Li Qing's masculinity for a while. "Don't," Mao Xianmin murmured. Li Qing ignored her reaction and reached out to touch her hips. "Let me go, I will give you money, a lot of money." Mao Xianmin's tone was trembling, not like being scared, but like being moved. Li Qing touched her thighs in black silk and was about to wipe it up through the edge of the skirt. Squeak! The sound of the door opening made him calm down quickly. Will Ding Qing be in the women's restroom? Impossible. Look for it, it won't take time anyway. Li Qing only felt that the doors of the cubicles next to him were opened one after another. Mao Xianmin's heart was about to jump out, and she could only cover her mouth to prevent herself from making any sound. Li Qing carefully patted her buttocks and motioned her to hide behind him. Mao Xianmin looked at the man in front of her with a little surprise. Shouldn't a gangster like him use women as shields? For a moment, Mao Xianmin felt a sense of security in her heart, which diluted a lot of the grievances she suffered at home. The footsteps were getting closer and closer, and Li Qing slowly raised his gun and pointed it at the door. The door was opened, and a young man in a black suit appeared. Bang! The gunshot rang out, hitting the man's forehead, and the man didn't have time to react at all. Then Li Qing fired another shot with his backhand, hitting the other man's chest, and then another shot hit the man's forehead. Li Qing didn't even look at the body on the ground, and pulled Mao Xianmin out of the women's restroom. The people outside heard the gunshots and rushed to the toilet. Li Qing looked at the crowd without even aiming. Pa, pa, pa! 4 bullets in a row, killing 4 people. But after all, two fists can't beat four hands, and several guns shot at him at the same time. Li Qing reacted quickly, picked up Mao Xianmin and rushed to the window, and the glass shattered instantly. His back hit the ground hard, and he groaned in pain. Mao Xianmin stood up intact and quickly helped Li Qing run towards the dark alley. 10 minutes later, the two stopped in an unknown alley, leaning against the wall and panting. Li Qing's body was already bleeding. Sizzle. Li Qing tore open his shirt, and the tiger head tattooed on his chest was obviously inlaid with several half-exposed bullets. I was bitten. Mao Xianmin's sexy stepmother's skirt was also stained with blood stains, all of which were Li Qing's. Suddenly seeing Li Qing and the ferocious tiger head on his chest, Mao Xianmin shouted in surprise. Li Qing glanced at him, stretched out his hand and began to pull out the bullet embedded in his body. No, Mao Xianmin said in a low voice. Li Qing looked at the woman in front of him strangely, and saw Mao Xianmin's slender fingers trembling slightly on Li Qing's chest. Carefully pulling out 3 bullets, the somewhat cold little hands made Li Qing feel a little comfortable. Strangely enough, after pulling out the bullets, the blood flowing out slowly became less. Li Qing looked at the beautiful figure under the dim street lights, hugged Mao Xianmin's neck, and kissed her deeply on the lips. Mao Xianmin, who was at a loss, obviously didn't react, and then struggled. Li Qing let her go and laughed, "No matter what your identity is, you are my woman now." The domineering declaration made Mao Xianmin tremble all over, biting her lower lip, not knowing what she was thinking. "Let's find a place to rest," Li Qing said to Mao Xianmin, who was still in a daze. "Your injury? It's okay." Mao Xianmin took Li Qing to a taxi and came to the small villa she secretly bought in Cheongdam-dong, Seoul. At this time, Li Qing's wound had almost healed, but the blood loss still made him look pale. After washing off the blood stains on his body, Li Qing looked at Mao Xianmin, who was sitting on the sofa in a daze, and said, "You should also wash, isn't it dirty?" Mao Xianmin stood up and tried to save it. "I can give you money, a lot of money, can I?" "I said, you are my woman, unless I die, or you die," Li Qing said domineeringly. Mao Xianmin walked into the bathroom helplessly. Li Qing looked at Mao Xianmin, who walked into the bedroom in a bathrobe and patted the bed beside him. Mao Xianmin lay down beside him obediently, her small hands nervously not knowing where to put them. Li Qing quietly went deep into her bathrobe and held her roundness. "I'll hold you like this, let's go to sleep." What Mao Xianmin didn't expect was that Li Qing really fell asleep like this, which made her, who was ready to devote herself to him, feel extremely uncomfortable, especially with the big hand on her chest, which made her feel itchy. At this time, Ding Qing and others were not as relaxed as Li Qing. This time, he did not expect to encounter revenge from the hostile company. Especially when his good brothers came to discuss business, this made him very proud. For Zhang Qiandan, it was not a matter of losing face. He lost his big brother. If Li Qing had any problems, he would be eaten alive when he returned. Zhang Qiandan stared at Ding Qing's neck tightly, making Ding Qing feel a chill on his neck. "Brother Ding, I don't care. If you can't find my big brother, I will call someone myself." Zhang Qiandan really wanted to call Hong Kong for help. Hearing this, Ding Qing quickly grabbed Zhang Qiandan and snatched the phone. Damn, if Li Qing's large army came to Korea, I'm afraid there would be a big mess. He knew the fighting power of Li Qing's gang. Saying that they were bandits was a disparagement of them. "Qiandan, wait a minute, don't worry, we can't find them before dawn, and then we'll make plans." Zhang Qiandan also calmed down and sighed after hearing this. This time, he was still greedy for beauty and ruined things, otherwise the eldest brother would not be missing. In this way, everyone spent a night searching and worrying. At dawn, Li Qing finally recovered his vitality. This tiger head is really domineering. Looking at the woman beside the bed with his head tilted, Li Qing began to get restless. Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all. Author, Banwanqing Buletin Liang. Chapter 8. Li Qing's big hands are constantly climbing over mountains and ridges to explore the secrets. Well, Mao Xianmin was obviously awakened by Li Qing. No. The kitten-like cry aroused Li Qing's desire. Well, don't stop, Li Qing raised the corner of his mouth and said. Disgusting. For a moment, the white light of the car lights made people dizzy. 30,000 words omitted here. Finally, Li Qing drove this high-end sports car on the wide road. I didn't expect that you are still a virgin, Li Qing asked in surprise. South Korea has always been a very open country. He did not expect that Mao Xianmin, a second-generation rich man, was still a virgin. Mao Xianmin didn't speak. He still looked at Li Qing with a lingering look on his face. Do you know who I am? I don't care who you are. You are my woman here, Li Qing answered simply. Perhaps it was the daughter of a chaebol family who was surrounded by hypocritical young men. She had never seen such a domineering man. I am the daughter of the owner of South Korea's Seoul Daily. Mao Xianmin waited for the surprised expression on Li Qing's face, but she was disappointed. The man looked calm. She didn't know that Li Qing knew her identity from the moment he met her. Oh, Li Qing smoked a cigarette and said casually. Oh? You don't know Seoul Daily? Mao Xianmin was obviously dissatisfied with Li Qing's attitude. I know, so what? I'm Chinese. Li Xin doesn't have the respect that Koreans have for chaebols. Mao Xianmin stared at him for a while and finally gave up. She thought it was impossible for foreigners to understand the influence of chaebols in South Korea. Li Qing patted Mao Xianmin's butt. Hurry up and contact Ding Qing of Kinman Company and tell me if something big will happen to you while I'm here. Mao Xianmin curled his lips, wondering what big trouble could happen, but still obediently called the informant and contacted the Kinman group. Li Qing looked at the entry on Mao Xianmin's head that showed 60% loyalty. No, I have to do whatever I say today to 100%. Kinman Group, Ding Qing's office. Ding Qing looked at the frantic Zhang Qiandan with blank eyes. There was no news about Li Qing. He was probably really going to kill someone. Brother Zhang, don't worry, I still have some energy in Seoul, Ding Qing comforted him patiently. You said you could find it at dawn, but now it's dawn and Mao hasn't been found. No, I still have to contact Xiang Zhang. Just when Zhang Qiandan was about to pick up the phone and contact Xiang Jiang's brother, Ding Qing's phone rang. A few minutes later, Ding Qing looked at Zhang Qiandan in surprise. When did your boss get involved with the Seoul Ilbo? He is fine and is with the people from the Seoul Ilbo. Zhang Qiandan breathed a sigh of relief, and then had a puzzled expression on his face. The eldest brother couldn't even speak Korean. Who else did he know in Korea besides Ding Qing? Now that the eldest brother is safe, Zhang Qiandan follows Zhang Zikan to discuss the smuggling route. It wasn't until nightfall that Zhang Qiandan saw Li Qing with his hands on his waist. However, Li Qing's energy was not in vain, and he finally pushed Mao Xianmin's loyalty value to 90%. Brother Qing, are you injured? Zhang Qiandan asked, looking at Li Qing who couldn't straighten up. Ding Qing also asked with concern whether Li Qing was injured. Li Qing glanced at the deflated calf. It's not hurt at all, it's just that he has lost weight. The output this time was so fierce that even with the tiger head, it took a while to recover. Originally, according to Mao Xianmin's idea, he was driven here, but he still felt that it was too conspicuous, especially when a woman drove him in a sports car, which made him feel like he was being taken advantage of. In order to maintain the image of a big boss, he resolutely chose to take a taxi. Unexpectedly, the taxi driver bullied him as a foreigner and took him around several times. If he hadn't looked familiar to this Golden Gate Group building, he would probably still be in the car. Of course, in the end, the driver is either dead or disabled. This is in South Korea, otherwise he may be sunk into the sea. "How's the route negotiation going?" Li Qing managed to straighten up and his face straightened. This route is related to Li Qing's future plans. After all, the boss Jinkin's revenge has not yet been avenged. He can't support too many younger brothers just by relying on the Tuo land fee. "It's almost settled," Zhang Qiandan said solemnly. "Well, after adding Shenyang's mobile phone, I have already contacted him. The special version is suitable for Xiangjiang's communication," Li Qing said expressionlessly. Li Qing's idea was to go through formal channels in small quantities and smuggle in large quantities, so that he could stop outsiders and make a lot of money himself. Ding Qing was dumbfounded as he listened to the sidelines. How could Shenyang accept such a small order and still smuggle it? He didn't know that Li Qing had such great energy in Korea, and then shook his head. Why would he engage in smuggling with such great energy? In the next few days, Zhang Qiandan and Zhang Zikan discussed the details of smuggling. Li Qing, on the other hand, refused Ding Qing to take him around Seoul. Who needs a good gay friend when you have a beautiful woman by your side? "Qing, you asked me to help you investigate. I found out what happened last time we were attacked in the bar," Mao Xianmin said, holding Li Qing's neck from behind. Li Qing has always been worried about those last few shots. He has never suffered such a big loss. It's Ding Qing's old rival and number 2 figure within the Kinmen group, Li Zongju. Li Qing's pupils shrank when he heard this. It is indeed him. In fact, Li Qing had already guessed that in the whole of Seoul, except for Li Zongju, almost no one dared to provoke Ding Qing. But Mao Xianmin, who was in love, obviously didn't want Li Qing to take risks. "Qing, I'll pay someone to kill him." Li Qing shook his head. The current situation was not suitable for involving Mao Xianmin, not to mention that it would be a scandal for the Chaebol to know that the eldest daughter of the Chaebol was involved in the gang. Mao Xianmin bit her lower lip. "Wait, I'll introduce you to someone in the evening." Li Qing kissed her cherry lips carelessly. He didn't think Mao Xianmin could introduce anyone useful. After all, she was well protected and had little contact with the black industry. "Oh, don't make trouble." For a while, there were sweet voices in the room. It was indeed another encounter between a mountain stream and a soulmate. In the evening, Li Qing stared at the person who came, a little stunned. "Hello, big brother, my name is Zhang Dongziu." Li Qing looked at the burly man in front of him. Although he was not as tall as him, his arm circumference and chest muscles showed that he was very strong. "Well, hello." Li Qing collected his thoughts and looked at the entry loyalty 20% above Zhang Dongziu's head. "Zhang Dongziu, I saved him accidentally. He was almost beaten to death at the beginning." Mao Xianmin leaned against Li Qing and said intimately. It turned out that Zhang Dongziu was still a gangster now. He had offended Li Zongju of the Kinmen group and was hunted down and had nowhere to go. When Mao Xianmin heard that Li Qing was injured by Li Zongju, she remembered this person. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all. Author, Ban Wanqing Buletin Liang. Chapter 9. Dongziu, you will always protect Li Qing from now on, Mao Xianmin said to Zhang Dongziu seriously. She had a life-saving favor for Zhang Dongziu, and Zhang Dongziu could not refuse this request. Besides, he was already being hunted by Li Zongju and could no longer stay in Korea. This time he just happened to kill his enemy and follow Li Qing to Hong Kong. Don't worry, miss. Although his Chinese was poor, Li Qing could barely understand it. Li Qing told Zhang Dongziu to get some weapons, especially Black Star bullets. Now Li Qing only has one bullet left in the magazine, and he is not used to using other pistols. By the way, Dongziu, please take a look at Li Zongju's daily routine. Li Qing suddenly remembered something and said to Zhang Dongziu. He wanted to investigate first before taking action. After all, This was South Korea, and this matter still had to be decided beforehand. Okay, brother Zhang Dongzhou didn't say much, but he got into the role quite quickly. When Zhang Dongzhou walked away, Li Qing smiled and pinched Mao Xianmin's cheek. Are you sure you didn't send him to spy on me? Mao Xianmin tidied Li Qing's somewhat messy collar. I'm just keeping an eye on you. If you dare to get involved with women, be careful and I'll slap you. At this time, Mao Xianmin finally showed his face as the daughter of a chaebol. She really didn't want to share her man with other women. Li Qing smiled and said, hey, next time I bring you a female bodyguard, you can't refuse. As time goes by, it is not certain who Zhang Dongzhou will be loyal to in the end. The two stayed together for 2 more days, just like a normal couple. Walking on the street, no one would have thought that one was the Tiger of Mongkok in Hong Kong and the other was the daughter of a Korean chaebol. It wasn't until Zhang Dongzhou came to report the situation to Li Qing that the world between the two ended. Are you sure that Li Zongju drives back to the villa by himself every time? Li Qing felt incredible. After all, he was the second in command, so why didn't he bring a younger brother with him? In Xiangjiang, even though Li Qing was so powerful, he was still afraid of being shot coldly by others, so he was followed by a group of younger brothers from morning to night. I didn't expect this Li Zongju to be so courageous. If I had known this, there would be no need to prepare anyone at all. At 11 o'clock in the evening, Li Qing took Zhang Qiandan and Zhang Dongzhou to the underground parking lot and waited. Sure enough, Li Zongju was as arrogant as the investigation revealed. He stopped his Mercedes-Benz and staggered towards the elevator. Li Qing led the two of them out, and the entire parking lot was so quiet that only the footsteps of a few people could be heard. Li Zongju looked at the 3 people in front of him and his expression changed slightly. Axie, you bastards. As he spoke, he took off his white suit, threw it on the ground, and began to roll up his sleeves. Zhang Dongzhou planned to translate the sentence to Li Qing, but Li Qing waved his hand. No, I understand this sentence. Li Qing saw that Li Zongju was not carrying any weapons, so he took out his pistol, flashed it in front of him, and threw it on the ground. Zhang Qiandan drew out his knife and was about to move forward, but was stopped by Li Qing. After all, the second in command of the Kinmen group wants to try out the quality of the Korean community. He waved to Li Zongju, single challenge. Li Zongju looked at Li Qing contemptuously and spit on the ground. Shit. Li Zongju recognized Chinese and cursed Li Qing in broken Chinese. Li Qing didn't even beep. He talked so much nonsense in a duel. He was looking for death. His speed was so fast that the opponent barely had time to react before his jaw was shattered. Li Zongju fell to the ground in a daze. Everything happened so fast that the 2 younger brothers behind Li Qing didn't even see it clearly. Just now, Li Qing was clearly watching Li Qing step forward with a smile on his face. The opponent was beeping, but he was knocked to the ground without any warning. Brother, are you usually like this? Like this? Zhang Dongzhou really couldn't remember what the Chinese word was called. Zhang Qiandan secretly glanced at his boss and whispered in Zhang Dongzhou's ear, you don't follow martial ethics. Zhang Dongzhou's eyes lit up, that was the word. At the same time, the two seemed to have become friends for many years and cherished each other. Hey, I'm here to do some work. The boss has to take action in everything. What do I need you to do? Li Qing looked at the two of them dissatisfied. They were almost kissing each other just now. Li Qing knelt down and looked at Li Zongju, who was dizzy. Is there no way to go to heaven to hunt you down with such a thing? If it weren't for Zhang Dongzhou's fists as big as sandbags, Li Qing would have thought he had recognized the wrong person. Brother, he has a younger brother during the day, and he usually carries a gun. After saying that, Zhang Dongzhou took out a pistol from Li Zongju's waist. Li Qing's face immediately darkened and he kicked Li Zongju's lower body. The screams resounded throughout the entire underground parking lot. Mata, you still want to trick me and don't respect martial ethics. I leave it to you, you'd better ask something. Li Qing sentenced Li Zongju to death in his heart. Zhang Dongzhou looked at Li Zongju, who was lying on the ground and wailing, tisk tisk, and marveled. He felt that it was impossible for him to punch someone's jaw to pieces. Zhang Dongzhou picked up Li Zongju's hair and pulled him up. Well, it was more or less a personal grudge. Half an hour later, the wailing continued, with Li Qing and Zhang Qiandan squatting on the ground smoking cigarettes. Brother, where did you find this person? It's quite interesting. Zhang Qiandan felt that he and Zhang Dongzhou had a special affinity, and since they both had the same surname of Zhang, they might have been in the same family 500 years ago. Your cheap sister-in-law found a bodyguard for you, Li Qing said in a rogue manner. Zhang Qiandan secretly gave a thumbs up to his boss. He had been in Korea for less than a week and had hooked up with another one. As expected, women love big men. At this time, Zhang Dongzhou came over, his face obviously not good. Brother, I found out that the target of the bar attack was not Ding Qing, but you. Li Qing was stunned when he heard this, frowned, and a sense of hostility came out of his body unconsciously. What's going on? The voice became more and more cold. Zhang Qiandan and Zhang Dongzhou only felt their breathing stagnate. Zhang Dongzhou quickly squatted down and said, according to him, the Xiangjiang Society offered a bounty and asked the Korean side to kill you. Who? Li Qing's voice was like a demon in hell, making people feel bone-chilling cold. Hong Xing, Zhang Tiansheng. Bang! Li Qing punched the concrete floor, and the hard ground broke into small pieces. Some small particles were even knocked off and hit the faces of the two people, and they felt hot immediately. Zhang Tiansheng. Li Qing never liked to say harsh words, because he would avenge his grudges on the spot. Zhang Tiansheng, the leader of Hong Xing, obviously could not stand Li Qing's tyranny, especially the last time Li Qing crippled Chen Henan in front of him. This incident made him feel that his position in Hong Xing was threatened. Ding-ling-ling, the phone rang in the empty underground parking lot. Zhang Qiandan answered the phone in his hand, and a few seconds later, he came to Li Qing with an ugly face. Brother, Zhang Jiang's little sister-in-law, Zixi, has been kidnapped. Hong Kong movies, I can see the loyalty value, I am not panicked at all. Author, Ban Wanqing Buletin Liang. Chapter 10. Time goes back to 2 days ago, Causeway Bay, Blue Ocean Bar. Chen Henan, whose head was wrapped like a mummy, and Pheasant, whose arms were hanging, sat at the bar waiting for news. Brother Nan, how come did Tian disappeared without any reason? Pheasant took a sip of brandy depressedly. The people who followed Chen Henan out of the old hall have died and disappeared in recent years, and now only 3 people, Pheasant Chicken, Dacian and Chow Pai, are left. Foreskin was also killed by Li Qing some time ago, and now even De Tian's life and death are unknown, which makes the 2 people who have been having a smooth journey feel a sense of frustration. Especially Pheasant, he also had the idea of returning to Wanwan province. At least he was the leader of the Viper Hall in the Sanlian gang, which was much better than Hong Xing Siju now. Chen Henan also sighed depressedly and took a sip of wine through a straw. Since the last time Li Qing broke his nose bone and lost his front teeth, now he not only leaks words, but also leaks wine when he drinks. Waiting for the news, someone from De Fei's side is also looking for him. After all, he is his half-brother-in-law. While the two were sighing, the younger brother hurried over. Brother Nan, there is news about the second brother. An hour later, Chen Henan and Pheasant watched as the MR2 was picked up from the sinking sea. The body in the car had been gnawed by fish so much that it was beyond recognition, and only the clothes on his body could still be identified as De Tian. Several of his younger brothers were also drowned with him, and their hands and feet were tied to their seats with wires. The stench of corpses mixed with the fishy smell of the sea made those around him unable to help but vomit. Brother Nan, we checked it out. Li Qing has indeed been here, and he was still driving your MR2. Chen Hanan's eyes were filled with anger. No matter what happened to Mr. Zhang this time, he must kill Li Qing. Brother Nan, I heard that Li Qing went out to do business, should we? Pheasant pointed in the direction of Mongkok. Chen Hanan nodded, shake people and pull out their flags. Suddenly, the entire dwarf mules in Causeway Bay began to move. 8 o'clock in the evening is a popular time in Mongkok Street in the past. Because it is relatively close to Boland Street, and the girls on Boland Street are more classy. Most people who have some spare money bring girls with them to spend money in the bars here. But today there are only a few people around. Those familiar with the place know that the young and dangerous boys are obviously making big moves. 13th sister and her little brother were standing on the street in Mongkok, facing the short mules from Causeway Bay who were all wearing red scarves. Sister, this is not Boland Street. I have not crossed the line. Chen Hanan looked gloomily at 13th sister across from him. He was blocked by 13th sister just as he entered Mongkok. Hanan, if you want to show off your horse, don't do it here. What are you doing? It's all a club and you stabbed me in the back. 13th sister stared at Chen Hanan and said. I'm not showing off the horse, I'm pulling the flag. It's a joke. It would be too funny for you to pull out the flag of your own club. The 13th sister was so angry that she laughed. Not only 13th sister laughed, but some of the clubs watching the fun also laughed. It was the first time I heard of pulling out the flag of my own club. This is my grudge against Li Qing. Sister, please get out of the way. Chen Hanan's tone was obviously impatient. Before Li Qing leaves, let me help you watch. If you pull out his flag, do you think he will let me go? 13th sister also knew Li Qing's temper, and he was a vengeful master. She didn't see Chen Hanan being tortured so miserably. Sister, phone, the younger brother suddenly handed over a phone. Mad, what am I doing? Why don't you return the phone? Mr. Jiang's the younger brother said softly. 13th sister took the phone and whispered a few times next to her. Let's go. 13th sister waved her hand, signaling for her younger brother to leave. Chen Hanan, you'd better be glad that Li Qing isn't coming back. Before leaving, 13th sister glanced at Chen Hanan. In her eyes, Chen Hanan was obviously a dead man. With Li Qing's temperament, she would never let him go. Then the war between Mongkok and Causeway Bay began, which can also be said to be an internal war in Hongxing. The fight lasted from night to 5 in the morning. Chen Hanan took advantage of the number of people and the leaderless Mongkok to capture the entire Mongkok. Brother Nan, we caught Li Qing's horse. A younger brother stood in front of Chen Hanan holding Zixiniola. This was just a matter of carelessness. Originally, she had been protected by Li Qing's younger brothers. Who knew that she had to take the little girl to buy a bag halfway, but she happened to be blocked. Brother Nan, he can't die in our hands. That pervert Li Qing can do anything, Pheasant said in a low voice. If it had been any other woman, he would have fallen in love with her a long time ago, but he really didn't have the guts to fall in love with Li Qing's woman. Well, Pheasant, you give her to Dongxing's crow. Chen Hanan thought for a while and made a decision. The pheasant's eyes light up, and the disaster is diverted to the east, hurting both sides. Brother Nan has been studying the 36 strategies recently. Pheasant quickly sent this hot potato away. Crack. Li Qing decisively pinched Li Zongju's neck, and felt a magical power spread through the tiger head on his chest and throughout his body. Li Qing discovered that he seemed to be able to absorb Tao energy from anyone who appeared in Hong Kong movies. Zhang Dongzhou looked at Li Qing, who was enjoying himself, and asked Zhang Qiandan in a low voice, "Boss, are you so perverted?" "There is something even more perverted. There was a time when the boss slept naked on the rooftop, saying he was basking in the moon," Zhang Qiandan muttered in a low voice. After dealing with Li Zongju, Li Qing took the time to meet Mao Xianmin. The two of them were tired of each other again, and finally said goodbye to Mao Xianmin reluctantly. Then he went to say goodbye to Ding Cheng. Time was urgent. If he didn't go back, not only would he lose his girlfriend, but also his territory. Ding Cheng, good brother, I'll give you a gift, Li Qing said with a smile. In Ding Cheng's expectant eyes, Li Qing opened the trunk of the car, and Li Zongju's body lay obediently inside. Ding Cheng's face was surprised and stunned at first, and then full of joy. Don't worry, I will take it to the high seas, and no one will know. Li Qing patted his shoulder. Ding Cheng suppressed his excitement and gave instructions to the younger brother next to him. Turning to Li Qing, he said, Brother Li Qing, I will also give you a gift, a new smuggling ship. An hour later, Li Qing looked at the brand new sea ship in surprise. The modified imported engine, I'm afraid that ordinary ships can't catch up with it. There were more than 10 large boxes on the boat, and Ding Cheng went forward to pry open one of them. Li Qing looked at the contents of the box in surprise arms. There is something going on in Xiangjiang, these are all you need, and if not, there are more. Ding Cheng patted the box and said generously. Okay, I won't talk about our friendship. Li Qing slowly walked in front of Ding Cheng and whispered, Be careful, Li Zikan. Ding Cheng paused after hearing this, and his face turned a little pale. The boat slowly sailed away from the port. Ding Cheng smoked a cigarette, and did not move for a long time, and I don't know what he was thinking.